How's it going, everybody? Anonymous Disco here, and today I'm going to be actually talking about a game, Signalis. I don't typically, do this like a review type thing, and this isn't quite a review, anyways. It's just kind of me talking about what I liked about that game. But yeah, Signalis. I just finished it. I actually played the first hour or so of it on the channel, and I'll link that below. And then I just kind of went and I played the rest of the game for myself. Um, but goddamn, holy fuck, this is just honestly one of the best games I've played in recent years, and also quite possibly my new or one of my new favorite survival horror games. So going in fresh to this game is the best way to experience it. If you like survival horror, if you like that kind of PS1 retro horror, play this game. But that's kind of my warning for you, because I will be talking a little bit about the plot and minor spoilers. So if this game does interest you and you don't want to know anything, then turn this video off and come back to it later. But here we go. So I guess just to set the mood a little bit about what the plot is that you play as this replica unit, and the android kind of artificial intelligence called Elster. You start off in this crash planet, and you make your way off to spaceship, and you make your way into this facility called Sierpensky, and you're looking for this missing woman. Where the game really caught me was you go through this little tunnel thing, and you end up in this radio room, and it goes into this kind of first person section, a segment, and it's just so creepy and weird. And you pick up the King in Yellow, and as soon as you picked up that book, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a trippy, weird, kind of Lovecraftian inspired story, and it very much delivers on that. Also, this game just has a beautiful aesthetic. The retro tech on display is so cool. Like, all the computers are these just analog or DOS computers, and everything just has big buttons, and it runs off floppy disks and cassettes and everything. You also have this radio mechanic that starts to come into it, and I've said it in videos before, but there's something about the hum of a radio and dialing into this radio and starting to hear something talking or giving you this code, and it just makes it so creepy. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that phenomenon is, but it's really cool and it's really creepy. Everything this game does right, and just it comes together so beautifully. But that kind of gets me on the next thing, is that obviously, because this is survival horror, there's a lot of puzzles. It plays like Silent Hill or something. You're trying doors, you're seeing what doors are unlocked. You go in, you grab a thing, you grab a wooden doll or something. You're like, oh, they put this on this pedestal over here, and you go to we've played it before. When it comes to survival horror, it's not reinventing the wheel or anything, but it just does it very, very well. Anyways, I'm in sidetrack. The puzzles in this game are fucking cool, man. They're really big brain puzzles. They're ones I found myself I had to write shit down for these puzzles, or take screenshots and refer back to things. They weren't for example, playing Resident Evil 4 right now, and amazing game, phenomenal game, but the puzzles in that, they're very, very simple, where this one it's really complicated might be an overstatement, but they're thinkers. They're very thinker puzzles. One of my personal favorites, and I did last night, was you get to this point where you have these two signal towers, and you have to kind of align them and make this get this certain sound you need from it, and then you're doing it all in this DOS computer and everything, and it just looks beautiful, and it's just such a neat puzzle. What really brought it home for me was just the writing and the story. Like obviously there's kind of the main story, which I guess boiled down is fairly simple. You know, you're just looking for a missing person, but there is like a lore to this game that it gives Elden Ring a run for its money. Yeah, it's just it's all told through like notes and just little like propaganda posters on the wall and throughout the puzzles that you do, and you do talk to certain characters and stuff, but you beat this game, you're like, okay, I want to play it again. Like, I'll understand it so much better if I play it again. But yeah, like there's a whole like totalitarian government, there's a war going on, there's generations of families, there's different civilizations on different planets and different work and different replicas. Like, it's really thought out and just really clever too. Like, really clever, cool sci-fi. I don't know if this game warrants a sequel or not, but I would love to, honestly, personally, I would love to see something else in this universe. That's just me. But I would also love to see something come from the minds of these two people. And that's actually my next point, is that this game was effectively made by just two people, which is really inspiring because I don't know, it just goes to show that, you know, you don't need like cutting edge graphics and all these bells and whistles to have an amazing game. Another thing is I kind of touched on it briefly there, but the game also does these like first person parts, and they're effectively kind of like the cutscenes in the game, but they're phenomenal. They're really creepy. They're really cool. They set a really nice atmosphere. They're really immersive, and just every time they end, you're just like, I want to get to the next one. I want to see the next thing, and they get really trippy and weird and cool. My personal favorite was there's one where it's like a radio tower. You're going to this radio tower and this kind of in the snow, and it's phenomenal. Another thing is that I guess the other side of the cutscenes is that there's kind of these hand drawn cutscene parts, and it almost has like kind of I'd say like an anime aesthetic. Really weird comparison. I don't know if any of you guys have played this one, but there's this game called Synergia. If you're sick fuck like me and you play these kind of like anime Yuri fucking visual novels, anyways, I just thought their style was very similar, and I was kind of, each one was reminding me of each other a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of some broad general things I really enjoyed about Signalis. You know, it nails the story, it nails the lo-fi, you know, PS1 style horror game, it nails the creepiness. I guess that's another thing I could just touch on briefly, is that it's very much a psychological horror. It's one of the creepiness kind of lingers with you, as opposed to a game where it's, you know, constant jump scares over and over again. So that was another really nice thing too. It didn't feel cheap. It never really took any cheap shots like that. But yeah, fantastic game. Honestly, one of my new favorites. I wish I played it sooner. If I had to give it a rating, I'm gonna give it 4.5, 4.75 disco balls out of 5. I'll see if I can work out that graphic. Have a little visual come up on the screen there. But yeah, anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble about a game I like. Have you played it for yourself? Let me know, whatever. Even comment what you're having for dinner. I don't give a shit. Take it easy, everybody. Talk to you later.